Hello everybody, back again in another video. Alright guys, today's video is gonna be about a question that I've got. The person wondered how come Novak Djokovic is going up and down in his matches. He can just win one set and then lose the second. He mentioned some examples like the 2019 Wimbledon final between Novak Djokovic and Roger Federer, where Novak wins the first set 7-6 and then loses the second set 6-1, and the match and some other matches, the Dominic Thiem match in Australian Open 2020 when Novak wins the first and then loses the second, the Tsitsipas match in 2020 French Open semi-final when Novak wins the first two sets and then loses the third and fourth. How come? Why is Novak Djokovic not consistent throughout the match? Why doesn't he play good throughout the match? Why does he go up and down like a roller coaster? And the answer to you, my tennis friend, the answer to all of you, my tennis friends all around the world, is simple. Novak Djokovic, he isn't consistent throughout the match, especially in 5 sets matches. Yeah, he has been consistent. Yeah, he has won tennis matches in straight sets, in 5-set matches. He has done that many times, but he isn't as consistent, let's say, like a player a la Rafael Nadal. He just isn't. Can we blame Novak Djokovic? Of course not. What Rafael Nadal does in a tennis match, how he is able to play throughout the match without any letdowns is just, it is unique. It is unique. I've never seen a player like Nadal. No, I truly have never seen. I watched tennis for 30 years time. I've never seen a player like Nadal. Djokovic, he has always been like this, my friend. He has always been. Even when he was in his peak years, when he was dominating like 2011, like 2015, he was up and down in his matches, especially in 5-set matches. I remember the match against Nadal in Wimbledon 2011, in that final. Djokovic won the first 2 sets, and then the third set he lost 6-1. Nadal gave him a breadstick. I remember the 2015 US Open final. Novak Djokovic against Federer. Novak Djokovic won the first set, and Roger won the second. The same thing, 2015 Wimbledon final between Novak Djokovic and Roger Federer. Djokovic won the first set. Roger Federer won the second set. It is typically Novak Djokovic thing to do. He cannot sustain a high level throughout a match. I've seen it many times. He wins the first set, then he loses the second 6-1 or 6-2, or he wins the first 2 sets, then he loses the third set. It is not something new in his game. Why? Because in tennis, especially in 5-set matches, the most difficult thing is to maintain your high level throughout the match. Nobody can do it. Djokovic cannot do it. Federer cannot do it. Sampras couldn't do it. Agassi couldn't do it. Connors couldn't do it. Becker couldn't do it. Edberg couldn't do it. Laver couldn't do it. You name it. The only player I've seen to be able to do this, to be able to maintain his high level throughout the tennis match, especially a 5-set match, I'm talking, because 5-set match, it requires much more from you, because in a 3-set match, you need to win just 2 straight sets and the match is over. In a 5-set match, you need to win 3 straight sets to win the match. You need to maintain a higher level for a much longer period for much longer time to finish off your opponent. And the only player I've seen do this is Rafael Nadal. Rafael Nadal is truly amazing. Guys, what is the most challenging thing in facing Rafael Nadal? What is the biggest task in facing Rafael Nadal? What is the most difficult thing in facing Rafael Nadal? Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what it is, guys. Does he blow you out of the court with a lot of winners? Does he kill you with shot-making skills? Does he is he unplayable with doing a lot of forehand or backhand winners? Does he do a lot of serve aces? No, nothing of these things. He is really good from the baseline. He is really hard hitting through. He doesn't do a lot of unforced errors. He's great with his physicality. He's great with his mentality. He's pretty clutch. He saves a lot of break points. He takes his opportunities in break points, set points, match points. Everything of this is true, yes. But what is the biggest challenge in facing Rafael Nadal? According to me, at least, what I have seen in him for over 15 years, since I ever saw him for the first time back in 2004. What I have seen from Rafael Nadal in this time, what is the most challenging thing in facing him? I'm gonna tell you guys what is the most challenging thing in facing Rafael Nadal. Is staying with him, my friends all around the world. Is staying up here because he has such a high level throughout the match that it is so difficult staying with him toe to toe the entire match. Rafael Nadal will be up here all the time, especially when he was younger. Nowadays, when he's a little older, he can be a little up and down, like we saw in French Open against Felix, against Novak Djokovic in that second set against Novak Djokovic when he was 2 breaks up, was leading that second set 3-love, and then he let down his level, and Djokovic came back and took those 2 breaks back, and against Ruud in some games, 2 games, Rafael Nadal gave away against Ruud in that final. But when he was younger, Rafa was ruthless with his level. He could start a match and he could be up here all the time. And you as your opponent, you are forced staying with him. You couldn't allow being down here, because if you were down here, he would kill you. He will give you breadsticks and bagels and winning matches in straight sets, because he refuses going down here with you. He likes it. He loves it. He prefers it to be up here with his level all the time throughout the match. And the most difficult thing is hanging in with him and stay with him up here in the level. Because if you go down, he will not go down himself. He says to you, you know what, I like it here, I love it here, I really love this view, I will not go down with you. If you want to challenge me, you need to go up where? I will refuse to go down with you. So beating Nadal, challenging Nadal is the most difficult thing, is going up with the level and staying with him throughout the match. And nobody can do it. Besides, Djokovic has done it many times and Federer has done it also, because as harder the opponent is, as much as harder and the more challenge they will give to Nadal. But Federer and Djokovic, they cannot sustain the high level throughout the match, especially in a 5-set match like Nadal can do. That's why we saw Djokovic in that quarterfinal in the French Open earlier this year, where Djokovic started the match here. He started the match here. Nadal was already up here. What did happen? What happened? Tell me what happened. Yeah, Nadal won the first set 6-2. And then Nadal in the second set, he started to go down a little here. And Djokovic went a little up here. And Djokovic won that second set 6-4. And then Nadal went up here again in the third. Djokovic was still staying down here. What happened? Nadal won the third set 6-2, and then Nadal in the fourth set started to go a little down here in Novak's level, and then the fourth set was little even. And Djokovic had some chances, some set points, 2 set points, but in the end Nadal still won the fourth set in the tie break. But what I want to say is that Djokovic was not staying with Nadal in the level throughout the match, and that's why Djokovic lost the match. And that is typically Nadal. Nadal has the He's the greatest tennis player that I have ever seen in my life in staying up with his level, in not going down. He's not a roller coaster, especially when he was younger. Now, when he's older, he can be more of a roller coaster. Djokovic, he has always been a roller coaster. Federer, he has always been a roller coaster. They are not reliable in their level. You cannot trust them how you can trust Nadal. You know, with Nadal, he's like a machine. He will stay up here throughout the match, especially when he was younger. But Djokovic and Federer, they are like this, up and down, up and down. That's why you have seen Nadal. He has won French Open 4 times without dropping one single set. He has won 4 Grand Slam titles, Rafael Nadal, without dropping one single set. Not 1, not 2, not 3, 4, my tennis fans all around the world. How do you think he did this? By having a high level throughout a match, throughout 7 matches, 4 times. 28 matches, my tennis fans. That is how many matches Rafael Nadal has won without dropping one single set in Grand Slam matches. 28 matches. That is a lot. You don't do that if you don't have a high level throughout the match. Roger Federer, he has done it only once. He has won 1 Grand Slam title without dropping one single set. 1. Wimbledon 2017. Novak Djokovic has never won a Grand Slam title without dropping one single set. Do you think that is a coincidence? Do you really think that is a coincidence? Do you really think that? No. Of course not, guys. Of course not, my tennis fans all around the world. Why is that? Why? I'm going to tell you why. He cannot sustain a high level throughout the match. Djokovic, he needs to lose sets here and there. He just needs it badly. Why? He cannot sustain high level throughout the match, throughout the tournament. He will lose 1 set or 2 sets here and there. Because the most challenging thing in tennis, especially 5 sets, is keeping your high level throughout the match. So, the answer to your question, my tennis friend, is Djokovic has always been like this. It is not something new. He have lost sets when he was younger. He's losing sets when he's older, and he will keep on losing sets until he retires. He will never be as consistent. He will never have a high level throughout the tennis match, especially not in 5 sets, as Nadal. Nobody. What Nadal has done is something I've never seen before. I've never seen. All respect to Djokovic, all respect to Federer. They are for sure 2 of the greatest tennis players of all time. And Djokovic maybe someday will go down as the greatest tennis player of all time. But Federer will never do that. We all know that. He's toast. But both Federer and Djokovic, they celebrate Christmas on a tennis court much more than Rafael Nadal. Let's be honest here. Rafael Nadal, he doesn't celebrate Christmas on a tennis court by tennis fans all around the world. He likes celebrating Christmas in Mallorca, not in a tennis court. He will not give you gifts and presents. He will not beat himself. He will not go down in his level. You need to go to up. You need to go to up in his level. He refuses to go down to yours, and that's why he kills these lower ranked players. That's why he just completely crushes these lower ranked players. These lower ranked players, they have difficulties taking games against Nadal. Games, my tennis friends all around the world. Let alone sets. Do you remember the Wimbledon last year? Novak Djokovic, he lost the first set to a nobody against that guy Jack Draper, or what hell his name was, I don't remember exactly. In Wimbledon last year, he lost the first set, Novak Djokovic. Do you truly believe Nadal would have lost a set against a player like that? I don't care which surface. I don't care if it is grass, hard court, clay, you name it. You really believe Nadal would have lost a set against a nobody like that? Djokovic did. Why? Because Djokovic cannot sustain a higher level throughout the match a la Nadal. Nobody can. Neither Djokovic, neither Federer. Nobody. Rafael Nadal is the most challenging the best player I've ever seen in my life in sustaining his high level throughout the match. That's why Kevin Anderson said after the US Open Final 2017, I remember, I will never forget his words, and a reporter asked him, what is the most challenging in facing Nadal? What makes him so hard? What makes him such a challenge of facing, of beating, of competing with him? Do you know what Kevin Anderson answered in that 2017? When he won that US Open final. If you don't remember, I will tell you guys. I will tell you, it was what Kevin said. Kevin said, he never disappears. He's present all the time. He stays all the time in every point, every game. That is the most challenging thing in facing him. He's just present all the time in every single game, in every single point. He just doesn't disappear, Rafa. And that is, he has described Rafael Nadal the best possible way. Djokovic and Federer, they disappear, they take vacations. So yeah, there you have it, guys. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and see you next time. Peace.